Hi, I'm Randall Davis, and today I'd like to share with you a short summary of a presentation I gave at the International TESOL Convention in Dallas, Texas. And my presentation is called Beyond Googling, Research Techniques for ESL Students. And as part of my presentation, I wanted to cover several points. Number one, explain the challenges facing teachers and students using the internet and search tools, and then to explain a variety of different search tools beyond Google that can help you in doing research, can help you in doing a variety of classroom tasks. So some general questions or ideas are, first of all, just because you can find something on the internet doesn't make it true. Anyone can publish to the internet, so you have to be very careful or judicious in what you find. Also, not all search engines are the same, so you have to choose and identify what is your goal and then select the best search tool for that particular purpose. And one of the things that I've realized is that yes, often young people and students know a lot about technology, but I find that students have to be taught explicitly how to use these tools. Just because you have a particular tool does not necessarily mean that the end user, that the person will use it effectively. And so what I've done as part of this, I've done a little bit of research with my own students. And I found that many students are using the internet, and most of the students use Google. And what is the reason for using Google? Well, many times students feel that Google is easy to use and that it contains quality information. However, what we find is if we look at Google carefully, number one, yes, it might be easy to use, but as human beings, we tend to follow the path of least resistance. In other words, we tend to do what is easy, but not what is best for us. And the idea that Google contains quality information, well, that is kind of hit and miss. Some information is good, but you need to know where to look. I also asked my students how often they went to a library, and very few students go to the library, and they rely on the internet resources, again, because they're in front of them all the time. So based on this study, I found that both teachers and students need to be taught how to search. You just can't go to Google and type in a search term and expect to find everything that you're looking for. And so based on this information, and as you're choosing your search tools, number one, you have to decide what your needs are. So before you use Google or any other search tool, number one, what is your purpose? Number two, select the tool that you want to use based on your particular purpose, and also how long that search engine might be around. Some search engines come and go. And also use a multifaceted approach. In other words, don't rely on one search engine to find the information that you need. So what I'd like to do is I'd just like to share a couple of ideas and search tools that perhaps you've never heard of. And I would suggest after you watch this video to go look at each one of these. The first one is called Wolfram Alpha. And this is a wonderful search tool, and it's called a computational search engine. In other words, it gives you pure data. Let's say that you want to find out what the capital of Italy is. With Google, you would type in the search terms, and then Google would give you many results in links. So you would click on the link, look at it, click back, find another link, click on it, and it just can be very confusing because it gives you a bazillion results. But Wolfram Alpha only gives you specific information about pure data. So if you want to find what the longest bridge is in the world, you want to find how many calories are in a candy bar, you want to do a math equation, it is a wonderful tool that helps you with that. The next one is called DuckDuckGo. And many students and teachers are worried about Google in the sense that often Google, once you're logged in, can keep track of the type of sites that you look at. For some, they don't really care. However, DuckDuckGo is a very basic search engine. It kind of looks like what Google did many, many years ago, and it doesn't keep track of the information and the things that you search for. The next one is Lexipedia, and I really like Lexipedia because it is a visual thesaurus. In other words, if you want to look up a word or look up a word that might give you similar words, for example, synonyms, this website, when you type in a word, let's say eat, it kind of morphs out and creates this little tree diagram that gives you other words like eat. For eat, it would give you chow down or devour or pig out, things like that. And it also gives you sample sentences of how these words are used. And so a wonderful visual dictionary. The next two are Yippee and iSeek. And I really like these two because what they do is when you type in a search tool, it clusters your results together. So let's say, for example, you're looking up the United States. With a Google search, it will just give you all kinds of links. But this search engine, both Yippee and iSeek, will actually group topics by, let's say, the United States politics, United States weather, United States geography. And so it kind of groups the results into, well, clusters or groups to help you find things more efficiently. The next one is called archive.org, and within archive.org there is a search tool called Wayback Engine. And what is exciting about this search tool is that it allows you to look at websites 5, 10, 15 years ago and what they looked like. For example, let's say you're doing research on the company Apple. You would go to the Wayback Engine under archive.org, type in the URL for Apple, and then it will have screenshots for the last 5, 10, 15 years of the company Apple. So if you're doing research on, let's say, design, product design, you want to look up information of what the company had many, many years ago, it's a wonderful tool for doing searching. The next one is called spacetime.com. It's kind of a space engine. It's a visual search engine where you type in a term, let's say Indian elephants, and rather than just giving you text links, it will give you actually the front page in a short graphic. It will show you the front pages of each of these websites. So before you actually visit the website, you get a visual picture, a very cool tool. And the last one is slideshare.net. And slideshare.net is basically a collection of PowerPoint presentations on a variety of topics on the internet. So as you think about your searching, yes, Google can be useful for many reasons. It is easy to use, but if you use some of these other search tools, you might be able to find better information, quality information, and it might speed up your searching skills. So that's all for today, and thank you for joining me on this summary of this presentation.